Welcome back to Final Score Friday. Sponsored by Bojangles, Loyalty Automotive, and Richmond Pediatric Dentistry and Orthodontics.
Welcome back to Final Score Friday. We want to thank the Manchester cheerleaders for joining us tonight. Look at those big smiles on their faces after their win tonight. This week has already made a certain amount of history, but we believe this next game is a first for Richmond football. The first time that 3 city schools had won playoff games in the same week ever. 2 of them met at Hovey Stadium, the home of Virginia Union, for a trip to their regional title game.
Thomas Jefferson and Armstrong met in the playoffs back in 2017, but that was a first-round meeting that ended up being a 1-point game. There was more on the line tonight, and both teams were in a better position to advance than they were 6 years ago. This was almost also a rematch of their Week 10 meeting, which was our game of the week, which was won by the Vikings. Tonight, much different story. As Armstrong came out, ran the Wildcat, and ran it almost to perfection. Ja'Kai Chavis finishes off this drive in the first quarter with a 23-yard touchdown run, and that made it 8-0. Second quarter, Chavis again somehow squirts out of this pile and is gone. 53 yards for the touchdown, 14-0. He would leave with a shoulder injury, but he would return in the second half. Third quarter, Tony Allen, watch this catch by A.J.
Nice.
As he comes down with it 1 foot in. That would set up an Allen 30-yard touchdown pass to Gerald Williams. Wildcats also had at least 3 interceptions tonight. Armstrong wins 28-0, just the second playoff win in school history.
And both under the current coach, Coach Pruitt. Congratulations to him. Out in the West End, Douglas Freeman got a surprise home game against William Fleming, thanks to Fleming's upset of Patrick Henry Roanoke last week. Of course, the first ever meeting between the Mavericks and the Colonials with a regional title berth on the line. Douglas Freeman's Jaden Reese hits Caleb Fisher 40 yards down inside the 5-yard line. It sets up Butter Stevenson with a 3-yard touchdown run. It's 10-0 Mavericks at that point. But in the third quarter, here come the Colonials. Jicer Preston with a 12-yard pass to Amarzi Gray is 10-7. Then Reese will hit Max Vest for a 4-yard touchdown. Mavericks up 17-7. But in the fourth quarter, the Colonials strike Ron Ferguson, 21-yard touchdown. Colonials down 17-14. Then they forced overtime with a field goal. Kyle Bitsko for Douglas Freeman hits a 32-yarder. Douglas Freeman is up 20-17. William Fleming needs a touchdown to win it, and Coleman Malachi does it. They go on the road, knock off the 1 seed and the 6 seed. The Colonials are in the region title game with a 23-20 win over Douglas Freeman. They travel to Matauka next Friday in the regional title game.
That's the 8 seed getting it done all the way through to the regional final. We go down to the 7-5-7 for King William on the road against POQUOSON in Region 2A. These two have met in each of the last 3 postseasons in which they've been eligible throughout the 2021 spring season. The Islanders won last season's game, and they got off to an early start tonight. Baker Green with a touchdown run gives the Bull Islanders a 7-0 lead. Then King Williams responds with some defense. Eli Tyndall picked off by Nicholas Medlin, but the Cavaliers could not capitalize. Third quarter, Tyndall with a quarterback run for the touchdown. That made it 14-0 Bulls. King William would come back and make it close, but they just could not get over the hump. Great season for the Cavaliers, but it ends tonight 14-6 to POQUOSON. Still to come, we will run down the rest of your Week 13 scores and set up tomorrow's state championship game on the independent level. You're watching Final Score Friday on CBS 6.